From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Everything Medical has been your complete source for medical supplies since 2007. Our 10,000 square foot showroom has the largest selection of home medical equipment in the North State. We have what you need. Everything Medical, Athens Avenue, Reading.
Well, we've got an excessive heat warning and a heat advisory for parts of the North Coast, but that heat, it's not going to be here till tomorrow. You're going to feel it. Of course, it's still going to be a hot summer day today for the inland areas in the mountains, but it's going to be a much hotter summer day by the time we get into Friday, and not to mention over the weekend. The heat will peak over the weekend, but next week, I don't expect it to be quite as hot out there. So there are all the heat alerts, a lot over Northern California. Really, the only areas that are not under some kind of advisory or warning is all of Del Norte County and the southern portions of Humboldt County, but it's mainly the inland valleys here in the mountains of north and northeastern Humboldt County, and then of course all of Trinity County is under that excessive heat warning. And again, this is essentially for the weekend. Now we look at the trend here, and of course not that bad for Weaverville today when you compare it to Friday, and especially this weekend, but there's that dip in those temperatures going through next week, and a big dip at that. We're going to be back down closer to normal. Now for today, not a bad day. Temperature about 92 degrees inland for the coast in the low 60s. And for Trinity County, as we would typically see, just a tad warmer in the mid 90s for your daytime highs today, and looking at those sunny skies. So there's that heat. And this is the map I've been showing you since last week, and it's really been in pretty good agreement each day that the peak of this heat, you see this little area right here, this is what we call a dome of high pressure. That'll be right on top of us, and that's the peak on Saturday and Sunday. But watch this. This is a nice deep trough of low pressure. That's moving to the east, but behind that is another stronger storm system. Now, the reason that's important is because what that's doing is, as it progresses toward us as we go through next week, it's going to push that heat back down over the desert Southwest and the central United States in general, where they are going to have a heat wave for next week, kind of coming off of the backside of ours. All right, so let's take a look at Futurecast, take you through the day today. I think we could see some clearing for some of us along the coast today. We go into Friday morning, of course, that fog returns, and then as we go into Friday afternoon, looks pretty promising that we might get to see more sunshine for your Friday afternoon on the coast. And then we go into Saturday. It looks like better chances for some clearing on Saturday as well. Let's take a look at those marine alerts. We do have a small correct advisory, which expires at 5 p.m. for the immediate coast of Crescent City northward. And of course, to the south of that, this whole area right here is a small correct advisory that will expire Sunday, midnight on Sunday. So those wave heights, here's kind of the reason why we have those advisories, because as we go into Friday, you'll notice that those wave heights, especially as you start heading out, that those wave heights are getting much higher. So here's your marine forecast for today. Winds from the north at 5 to 10 knots. Your waves from the north at 3 feet at about 5 seconds, and from the northwest at 2 feet at about 9 seconds. And still looking at that patchy fog out there. Hey, you heading out to the Trinity County Fair? Well, not a bad day for today. Temperatures, it's going to be hot, right? We're still at 96 degrees, which, by the way, the Trinity County Fair is at the fairgrounds in Hayfork. Look for a high of about 103 on Friday and 108 on Saturday. So when a lot of us are going to be off of work and can get to the fair, unfortunately, that's when the temperatures will be the hottest. And hopefully that doesn't impact too much people going out there, but if you are going to head out there, just be prepared for that heat. All right, those temperatures today in the mid 90s, so a good day for the fair. Maybe take the day off work, get the kids out. Well, the kids are already out of school, it's summer, but you get the idea. Maybe today would be a good day for it. And then of course, as you head westward, you can see about 92 for Hoopa, 93 Willow Creek, and those temperatures low 60s for the coast. But yeah, you start heading inland, Klamath, Trinidad, about 70, 71 degrees out in Shelter Cove. All right, we take a look at your 7-day outlook, and yeah, it's warming up. There you can see Hoopa up to 100 by tomorrow. Temperatures over 100 degrees over the weekend. But look at that big drop. And we're back down to the low 90s by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for Hoopa. Not quite as big of a drop for Weaverville, but down to 100 on Monday and mid to upper 90s by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. And your 7-day forecast for Eureka, low to mid 60s. I mean, this is one of those things where you just have about a 1 to 2 degree variation each day. Looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies. Some days better than others with that clearing, but you get the idea. Really no big changes here for the immediate coast.